Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NFL Week number 5's previews and predictions. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. You can now get 25% off your membership on a monthly or yearly package today using promo code OCT23 as in October 23rd, OCT23, and get 25% off your monthly and yearly packages right here at ATSStats.com. All right, let's take a look at NFL Week number 4, how the favorites done and the underdogs. In fact, favorites won 75% of the games, and when you go back to Week 1 in the NFL, where favorites only won 43.8, the last 3 weeks has gone to the favorites on the straight-up factor. When it comes to the point spread factor, the ATS, you can see here, Week 1, 68.8 for the underdogs, but the last 3 weeks has been the favorites. 56.3 last week in week number 4, 68.8 in week 2. In fact, if you look at week number 2, it was pretty much even. Well, the favorites only won 43.8, so really it's the last 2 weeks the favorites have really cashed in on the point spread. So like the old stock market says, what goes up must come down. So keep an eye out on week number 5. And we look at the over-unders last week. 43.8% of the games went over the total. 56.3 went under. And it looks like the under have won 3 of the last 4 weeks in the National Football League. So we'll see what we have in store for week number 5. In fact, if you look at the year, 54.7 of the games have gone under this season. And when it comes to the over-under, pretty much a coin flip. 50.1 ATS, 46.9 for the underdogs, with the favorites winning 64.1% of the NFL football games through the first 4 weeks. All right, let's get to the computer picks for week number 5. We'll kick it off this Thursday night in Washington at FedEx Field, where the Commanders taking on the Bears. The Bears coming off a 31-28 loss to the Broncos, where Washington, they lost to the Eagles 34-31 in overtime that game was. -5 is the line for Washington, 44.5 is the total. We're going to lean with the Commanders in this one by a field goal, 24.4 to 21.02. The over-under at 45.51. So we do like this game to go over the total, and we're going to give Washington, who's on a 2-game losing streak, a 65.7% chance of winning, compared to Chicago's on a 4-game slide, 42.8. Jacksonville Jaguars probably staying in London this weekend, taking on the Buffalo Bills, 9:30 kickoff Eastern. The Bills coming off a spanking to the Miami Dolphins, and we had the Dolphins last week losing 48-20 to Buffalo, while the Jacksonville Jaguars, they beat Atlanta 23-7 in London. This weekend, though, it's the Buffalo Bills. We had them listed at -7.5, 7.75 on their value index, and you can see you're getting -5. So we do have Buffalo winning this weekend by 6, 28-22. The over-under landing on 51.1. So we do have it going over the total. And your Kogo, pretty much a coin flip in this one at 50%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. Buffalo now 3-1 on the season, while the Jaguars 2-2. All right, the New York Giants coming off that loss Monday night to the Seattle Seahawks. 24-3 was the final, while the Dolphins, they lost to Buffalo 48-20. Going into this one, the Dolphins a 10.5-point favorite, 49.5 is the total. We're going to lead with the fish in this one, 31-16, the over-under at 47.3. So we do have it going over under the total, and we're going to give the Dolphins a 91.6% chance of winning, compared to only 10.7 for the Giants. And the Kogo in this one's at 50%. I had the Miami Dolphins at 6.4 on my value index, so overvalued this Sunday against the New York Giants. Hey, don't look now. The Baltimore Ravens 3-1 on the year, coming off a 28-3 win over the Browns, while the Pittsburgh Steelers lost to an embarrassing loss to Houston, 30-6 in Houston. The Texans winning that one. And looking at the line, Baltimore 3.5-point road favorite in Pittsburgh. And we do have the Ravens beating the Steelers 23-17, the over-under at 40.5. And we're going to give Baltimore a 56% chance of winning, compared to 30.3 for the Steelers. Saints taking on the New England Patriots. Patriots off a 38-3 loss to the Cowboys, while the Saints, they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 26-9. Going into Gillette Stadium this Sunday, we got the Patriots -1 is the line. 40.5 is the total. We're going to lean with New England in a very tight one. 19.9 and 19.7 for the Saints. The over-under at 39.7, so we do like it to go under the total. In fact, if you look at the Saints on the year, 0-4 to the under. Same thing for the Patriots, low-scoring games. 1-3 in the year, 1-3 to the under. Carolina taking on the Lions. The Lions off a 34-20 win last Thursday against the Packers. They've been off now for 9 days, while the Panthers have been off for 6. We're going to leave with Detroit as a 9.5-point home favorite. 28-18, the over-under at 47.01. We like the Texans taking on the Atlanta Falcons. In fact, we had the Falcons winning that game as a 1-point favorite. 23-18, the over-under at 41.9. And we're going to give Atlanta, who's now on a 2-game losing streak, a 54.1% chance of winning. And I had them right there in my value index at minus 1.5. Houston, though, coming off that big win over the Steelers. We'll see if they have a classic letdown spot here in the ATL. Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts a 1-point favorite. 42.5 is the total. And we got another tight game here. 20.9 to 20.2 for the Colts. The over-under landing on 41.2. So we do have this game going under the total. And we're going to give Indianapolis a 52.6% chance of winning compared to 47.6 for the Titans. We're now 2-2 on the season. Same thing for the Colts. And I had Indianapolis listed at minus 4.1 on my value index. So they're undervalued this Sunday against the Titans. Philadelphia Eagles taking on the LA Rams. The Eagles 4-0 on the season. The Rams, you know what? Surprisingly 2-2 on the year after a bad season last year. But you got to remember, Rams are only 2 years away from winning the Super Bowl. So how bad can they really be, right? I really like the Rams to pull off an upset this Sunday, even though the computer pick is leaning with the Eagles. 26-25, the over-under at 51.8. I think the Rams shock the world this Sunday. I take the Rams in an upset. Cincinnati taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals coming into this one 1-3 on the year, but one of the better teams have covered their spread. They're 3-1 this season on the point spread. The only C-type team in the Raymond Report that has a one of the best point spread records. Cincinnati struggling 1-3 on the year. They're a 3-point favorite, however, in the desert this Sunday, and we're going to lean with Cincinnati in a close one. 24-22, the over-under at 46.6. The New York Jets taking on the Broncos. We got another tight game here. We got the Broncos a 1-point favorite. 42.5 is the total. We're going to lean with Denver. 21.5 to 21.08, the over-under at 42.6. We'll see if the Jets carry a little bit of that offensive momentum at Mile High this Sunday. All right, Kansas City taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings 1-3 on the season, while Kansas City 3-1. Kansas City coming in as a 5.5-point favorite. I had them listed at minus 7.6, and we do have the Chiefs winning this one. 28.6 to 24.1. The over-under landing on 52.7. So we do have it going a hair over the total. And we're going to give a team that's on a 3-game win streak, that's the Chiefs, a 64.7% chance of winning against Minnesota. We got Dallas taking on San Francisco, your Sunday night game of the week. It's going to be a great one. You got the 49ers, a 4-point favorite. 44.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with the 49ers in this one. 27.1 to 21.07. The over-under landing on 48.1. San Francisco coming in 4-0 in the season, while Dallas 3-1. Your Kogo in this one is at 42%, and we do have that number going over, however, on the computer pick. So a little bit of conflicting numbers here with the Kogo and the total here of the final score. And your last game of the week number 5, the Monday night game between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. The Packers coming in as a 2.5-point road favorite against the Raiders, who are 1-3 on the year, while the Packers coming off a 34-20 loss against division rival Detroit. They're 2-2 on the season. They're on 10 days rest, so they had 10 days to prepare for this one. And we're going to lean with the Packers, 24-20, the over-under at 44.7. And we do have the Kogo listed at 50%, so a coin flip when it comes to the Kogo. All right, let's take a look at your 80% club stats and trends going into week number 5. Did you know the Dolphins are 18-1 as a 10 or more home favorite, coming off an American Conference opponent since 1996? That's good for 94.7%. The 49ers 11-1 as a home team, coming off a home win as a favorite the last 10 seasons. Kansas City Chiefs 10-1 as an away team, coming off a 1-game road stand the last 5 years. And if you like the under in the Baltimore game, the under is 10-1 for the Ravens as an away team, coming off a road ATS win the last 7 seasons. Folks, don't forget, you can get the rest of the 80% Club stats right here at atsstats.com and take 25% off your monthly or yearly membership. Use promo code OCT23 and get 25% off your next membership today at atsstats.com. Good luck.